Welcome to this video. My name is Adriana Girdler and I am President and Chief Efficiency Officer of Cornerstone Dynamics. And I'm here today to teach you about how to take back your day with one very simple, quick tip that you can actually take away after watching this video. So taking back your day is something that I come across all the time from my clients about how can we be more productive. I want to at least have some control over what we're going to do and how I'm going to do it. So I'm here to show you just exactly with this simple technique what you can do. That being said, before I kind of go into how to do this, I need to share with you a very important stat. So this stat is probably going to come up on the screen, but I'm going to read it to you as well. It's all about minor stoppages. Now, what are minor stoppages, are you wondering? Well, that's when in your activities for the day, you're constantly interrupted. So they could be 30 seconds here, 5 minutes there. But they really add up. And in the world of manufacturing, they're really aware of minor stoppages because it has a big impact on their bottom line. But in the business world and the office sectors, probably not so much. But when I actually write on the board and show you some things, you'll be quite surprised as to the power of minor stoppages. And I don't mean in a positive way. So I want to read you this stat. So this is according to a Microsoft study and reported in the New York Times that workers took on average 15 minutes to return to a serious mental task, such as writing a report. Put yourself back in that scenario, right? You're busy, focused. And then when they were dealing with an interruption, what we call minor stoppages, it took them at least 15 minutes to get back to that task because they wandered off. Either A, checking other emails and responding back, surfing on the web, or fixing up something before they actually got back to that task. That's a problem. I want to share with you why. So I'm just going to put this away. I'm going to drop it. And I'm now going to get my lovely markers out because I want to really explain to you how and why this is such a problem. So let's really understand the workday. We have a workday, right? We're going to go from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Simply on that, when we take a look at that, that's a good 9 hours, right? So we have 9 hours for our workday. Great. Then why is it that we don't feel like we're getting much done? Why is it that we're doing work at home or on the weekends? There's something wrong here, and this is where I want to show you it. We have to have lunch. So I'm going to say lunch 30 minutes. How many hours does that leave us? Well, that leaves us 8.5 hours left. Still not bad, right? Well, let's put into account that you probably have 2 meetings a day. Some of you, you're probably going, that's not realistic. I have meetings all day, but that's a completely different video. But let's say you have 2 meetings per day, 1 hour each. I realize it's going to either increase or decrease, but this is just an average we're going to work with for this particular point that I'm trying to make. So we have 2 meetings at 1 hour each. And what does that leave us? Well, it leaves us with 6.5 hours left to do work. Still not too bad. It still gives us enough time. So why are we still not feeling like we have enough time in the day? Well, we have to have 2 coffee breaks. I don't know about you, but when I used to work for a major corporation, I needed my coffee first thing in the morning. So I definitely had that. And definitely there was that little lull in the afternoon. So obviously I had my coffee break. And at that point, I'm really being kind here. I'm saying they're 15 minutes. Don't worry about my spelling. They're 15 minutes each. Probably a little bit more than that if you think about all the chatting that you do, particularly in the morning with your first coffee, but we're going to say they're 15 minutes each. So what does that give us? That gives us 6 hours left to play with. Well, with all this stuff, going to your lunch, going to the meetings, probably going to the washroom, probably going to get your print out that you sent to the printer, which was probably at the other end of the hallway, we got to take into account your walking around time. So we have walking around time. That's on average 1 hour. That's why companies, weight loss companies always say, hey, put a pedometer on your foot, you'll be amazed at how many steps you walk. It's really in count for this. So we have about 1 hour of walking around time. When you really think about it, and if you want, please time yourself, you'll be surprised. This is actually true. So what does that leave us with? That leaves us with 5 hours. Well, that's a lot of time. But we're still not using it to the way we need to use it. And this is where this stat comes into play. Now, this is where the minor stoppages happen. Minor stoppages. If we have a 5-minute minor stoppage. That's someone calling us on the phone that we pick up, an email that we take a look at and we decide to reply back to, or we want to surf the web, or someone comes by our desk, right, knocks on the door, or says, hey, how are you doing? It's been a long time since I saw you, just wanted to say hi. This is the minor stoppage that I'm trying to talk about and trying to teach you. Well, if it's 5 minutes plus 15 minutes of return time in order to get back to the task we were so diligently working at, guess what? That's 20 minutes of time that has been taken away from the things that we were just working on that needed our concentrated tasks. Reality states this: we probably have 2 of those per hour. So we times this by 2, that gives us 40 minutes per hour of minor stoppages. That gets scary because when you roll that over the 5 hours that you have left, and you have 40 minutes of that of minor stoppages, you know how much time you actually have left in order, and I'm going to cover my back so you can see it. You have 1 hour and 40 minutes left in order to really focus on your task. This is why you're working at night, and this is why you're working on the weekends, because you're unable to really focus your attention at work. But I have a solution for you. Power hours. You can look at Cornerstone's Power Hour, you can write yourself a little note, you can take a piece of paper, but it's the Power Hour. I would like for you to book off time where you say to people, please don't interrupt me. And the beauty of it is as our attention span is statistically, we only really have an hour of full attention. So having a power hour is perfect for that. It allows you to block off the time you need in order to get the work you need done. Now here's where the productivity part comes in. Even if you were to book 2 or 3 power hours in your day at specific sections of those days and actually follow through on it, you would be surprised with how much work you get done at work and you start to take back your day. So that's my tip for you. Check it out. Go to our website and you can actually see these power hours. They're pretty cool and they're already done for you. So you may want to think about reaching out and checking it out on our site, which I'll have at the end of this video. Have a fantastic day. May your day be taken back. And remember, minor stoppages, they are a silent killer. Here's one way to get rid of them. Thank you.